What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video with your boy KO. So today I am going to do a 90-day review, truck review. Since a lot of people ask me how I like my truck, I still get a lot of questions about like the process and like how much money I put down, what was my credit, things of that nature. So in this video I'm gonna touch base on all that to answer all you guys' questions. Also, like I've been getting asked like what did I look for like when it came to buying a truck, a used truck. So I'm gonna give y'all those things as well that I look for, and also a website that you can use to look up your VIN numbers and stuff like that. It's kind of like a Carfax but for trucks. So I'll give y'all all that info as well. If you do hear bumping in the background, I am getting loaded, so your boy working while working. So just throwing that out there. But anyway, let's get into it, y'all. So when it came to things that I look for when I bought my used truck, it really came down to my loan. So with my loan, the terms were I got approved for $50,000 down, zero down. I had to put no money down. It had to be at least 50,000, and the truck had to be under 500,000 miles. So I was kind of like stuck into a area, you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't just go anywhere. That was the second loan. My first loan that I got approved for was 40 was, that one was 40,000, and the truck had to be under 500,000, and my payment would have been 1,200, and then but that was for 4 years. And then the one that I went with Wheaton Financial is where I got my truck from. I mean, it's who I use for financing. So with Wheaton, it was 50,000 for 3 years, and it's $2,000 a month. So that's the one I ended up choosing. I tried to find a truck for 40,000, which I did. Originally it was an International, but it was gone like that. They actually wanted 38, so I would have got that truck, and I only had a $1,200 payment, but somebody beat me to it. It is what it is. So when I got this truck, I got it from M&T Truck Sales. One of my subscribers wrote me an email and told me to check out this place, which is why I did it. So I did it. Fast forward, got there, checked out the truck, everything checked out. The truck was 60 grand when I went there. So I asked off the jump, I was like, hey, would y'all take 55? Because I knew I was approved for 50, but I'm like, okay, I'm willing to put down 5 grand because this truck is a premium, as y'all see the premium brown. So that's why I went for this truck, because I'm like, man, I really wanted a premium. I wanted a premium from the get-go. So I was like, I'll put the 5 down just so I can make sure I have a premium. So that's what I did. I put the 5,000 down, all the paperwork took like a week. So don't think like, hey, you're gonna put the money down and next week you're gonna get the next day you're gonna get the truck. That's the impression I was under. It don't work like that. So it literally took like a week. I think I went there on a Thursday. Originally on a Thursday. I didn't get it till not the Thursday after, that following, I want to say that following Monday is when I picked up the truck. So, but everything checked out. The main things I was looking for was mainly, obviously it had to be under 500,000. My truck when I bought it had 484. So that kept me under the requirement. And then as far as like where I got a truck from, I was just looking at everywhere. I looked at Select Trucks, Lone Mountain. The reason I didn't go with Lone Mountain honestly was the reviews, because I was gonna go with Lone Mountain because they come with, all their trucks come with new tires and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's great. Like I ain't gonna have to worry about tires, because I was gonna get a truck from Snyder, but all their trucks come with recaps. So I was like, man, if I can get a Lone Mountain truck, I won't have to worry about tires. At least that saves me upfront costs. But the reviews scared me away from Lone Mountain, so that's why I did not go that route. Plus all the videos I seen on YouTube is like a lot of negative videos. I did hear people say that they had good success with them, but I don't know, them reviews scared me. So, you know, I kind of like moved away from that. So when I got to pick up my M&T truck, I was also told that was old Everard trucks. So I started watching like Everard drivers videos, seeing like how they talk about their trucks. Ran across a couple, and a lot of them told me that the trucks are well maintained. Like every 30,000 they get PMs, like stuff like that. Versus like some of these other companies, you know, they get PMs on their truck like once a year or who knows when. So I wanted somewhere where I knew they took care of their trucks, which I heard great things about Everard trucks, which is what this truck is. It's an old Everard truck. So when I bought this truck, they let me test drive and everything. It did have like a noise when you turn. So I ended up finding out what that was. It was the 2 spring shackles. They were actually bent. So I did get that replaced, but other than that, I got them to come off 5,000. So the truck was 60. I got them to drop it down to 55, and then they took off another 1,000 when I picked up the truck because of the shackles making that it sounded like metal on metal when you turn, trying to do like a sharp turn. So he took off another 1,000, so $6,000 off total. So hey, that was cool with me. So what my monthly payment is, $2,000. So just a quick rundown. M&T Truck Sales is where I got my truck from. Wheaton Financial is who I use for financing, and my truck payment is $2,000 a month. So for the people who it's for 3 years. I can pay it off early, but they won't let you do like double payments, so to say. So like at the end, like if you could just save up payments and then you can do a lump sum, and then they'll discount that lump sum. So that's how they told me to do. So I'm cool with that because that's what I plan on doing, because I want this truck paid off by the summer. So that's why your boy be working. As far as like a brand of truck, motor, like stuff like that, I just stuck to what I know. I've mainly drove Freightliners. I've drove the other trucks. Nothing to discredit any of the other truck brands out there. I'm not that guy. Volvos. I've drove a Volvo day cab. I've drove a Peterbilt. I've never drove a K-Dub. And Freightliner is the main thing I've drove. I drove an International as well, but a day cab. So like I've drove these different types of trucks, but Freightliner is the main truck that I always drove. So I know where all the parts at and all what to look for, you know. So I'm gonna stick to what I know. I'm comfortable driving one. Yeah, they not the Rolls Royce of trucks out here, but hey, it is what it is. So that's what it came down to me as far as like what I looked for. I was mainly just looking at Freightliner. I was gonna get International, but somebody took it, so it is what it is. Next thing I will talk about is how much I spent on repairs, just to give you guys like a general idea if you buy a truck, like what kind of repairs. Obviously some of these repairs you probably won't have to deal with, but obviously my truck came from a used place. As far as like Lone Mountain, let's get the tires, so to say. If you get a truck from Snyder, they come with recaps. If you get a truck from Lone Mountain, they come with new tires. You get a truck from Prime, they come with new tires. Where I got my truck from, it had 6 recaps and 2 used tires. At the time, I thought they were recaps, but I wasn't really sure because they were brand new recaps, so it was kind of hard to tell. But they were recaps, because once one of them blew, I asked the guy, was all of them recaps, and he told me which ones were used and which ones had blown. So I'm like, all right, cool. So as far as repairs, let's get down. So when I first got the truck, I got a PM done, I got an alignment, and I got the 2 spring shackles replaced. That's what was making that metal on metal noise. That cost me $1,252. So not too bad, you know. Could have been worse. Remember, I did get $6,000 off the price, off the rip. So, you know, that comes from that. So I wasn't really stressing it. So that's the first things I got done. Then I got the first tire replaced. First tire blew. That was $669. So hey, it is what it blew on my way up to a pickup. So luckily I was empty, but it cost me $669. I was able to drive there, so none of these, anytime my tire ever blew, I never had to get someone to come out. I was able to actually drive there, so that saved me money too, so keep that in mind. Then I bought 3 more tires and I paid $1,815, so $1,815. So that was the second time I bought tires, but that time one tire blew and I replaced all 3 on that side, and then the other one had already been replaced. So at that point, all 4 on the passenger side, they're all brand new. So then what else did I end up paying for? I got 2 more tires, which were the other used tires on the driver's side. No, those were the other 2 recaps. Those cost me $944. I got notes here if y'all wondering why I'm looking that way. Those cost me $944. So that replaced all 6 recaps, and then I just, on my truck now, I only got the 2 used tires. That's it. So, and then the 2 front tires, which they still good. As far as, I just got a PM done last week. All the tires are still good, so I will probably eventually get the front tires changed as well. I'm probably gonna buy all new tires. Like I told y'all, I'm gonna change the rims and stuff, so probably do all that at once. Definitely probably save me a lot more money buying them at once. And now that I know how this discount thing works, it'll save me there, because a lot of times when I was getting these tires, man, I did not know how it was working, to be honest. I was just paying for it. So I never got Snyder discount, not once. So all these prices, obviously you can get it, learn from my mistake, you can get it for cheaper. It ain't work for your boy, but learn from my mistakes. And then last week when I got my 90-day inspection done and I got my PM done, let's see, I got a PM done, alignment. Well, I'm not gonna count the PM. That's preventive. We have to do that. I got the alignment done. 2 shocks and 2 bushings had to be replaced, which was $1,532. So those were the same 2 shocks that they told me when I bought the truck they've been replaced. Obviously that was not the case. They hadn't been replaced, because, or they blown that quick. I mean, I only had a truck for 3 months, so if they blew that quick, that's crazy. But I did have to end up getting the same 2 front shocks that they told me had been replaced. So I don't know if they were replaced with new ones or replaced with used ones. They just told me they were replaced. They look new, but they were leaking. They showed me where they were leaking, and then the bushings were bad. But y'all know how these roads is, man. They're horrible. So all in all, my total was $6,781 for all my repairs. So remember, I got $6,000 off the price from the jump. So realistically, if you look at it, I spent $781 because $6,000 off the jump I got. But half of that was just tires. So that's why I said y'all might not ever have to deal with these things, because like I said, if you get a truck from like Lone Mountain or Prime or some of these like select trucks and stuff, they put brand new tires. So those are expenses that you probably won't have to pay. So you'll be spending maybe like, you might not have to spend anything to be honest, because I mean the PMs, that's normal. Alignment, that's normal. A lot of people don't get alignments, but that's something definitely to keep tabs on, because that can wear down your tires super quick. So, but when you get your truck, a place to check out is this website. It's not a sponsored video. Is Rig Dig. You can go in there, you can put in the VIN number, and they'll tell you like the truck had any accidents, any major like out of service things, like as far as like inspection and stuff like that. So that's good, very helpful. When I got this truck, it said this truck had been in 1 accident. Wasn't the accident where he hit somebody, it said he went off the road. So that's probably whatever he hit when he went off the road is probably what bent those 2 shackles that I had to get replaced, because the guy said that's the only way that those could have got bent was from being in an accident. So it makes sense. But other than that, that's the only thing I seen on the Rig Dig report for my truck. So I wasn't too like concerned. Like I knew it was gonna be something, you know, a smaller fix. So, but other than that, so far I haven't had any issues. I do have the sensor that I need to get replaced. It's the low air pressure sensor, and then the inlet knock sensor I need to get replaced. That came on probably like a month ago. The check engine light came on for that, but it went off, so I don't know. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get that replaced, and the sensor for the air pressure, I'm gonna get both of those replaced probably within the next week or two, probably around Christmas time or right after Christmas. I'll get that handled, so that's not something I have to worry about anymore. But other than that, the truck's been driving fine. I haven't had any major issues besides the ones I just mentioned. So through and through, I'm happy with my truck purchase. I would definitely recommend M&T Truck Sales all day. The people were nice. I got a brand new bed also, not bed but mattress when I bought my truck, so hey, that's a plus. The top bunk, that mattress needs to be replaced. I don't sleep up there. I don't even use the top bunk. I keep it folded up. I don't use it for storage. I don't use it at all, so to me, I haven't been in a rush to get it. But another thing I get asked a lot is, what was my credit when I got my truck? So as far as my business credit, I haven't found out how to exactly check that, so I don't know what my business credit score is, but at the time I had my LLC for 5 years. So as far as the business side, that's all I can tell you. I had my LLC for 5 years. That's all I know. As far as my personal credit, my credit at the time when I got this truck was a 753. Well, 753 and like a 751 or something. You know them numbers. I don't know why. They always never match. But so I did have good credit when I got my truck. So keep that in mind when you go to apply to these places, because that's why I did not have to put any money down. So I don't want y'all thinking like, yo, he went and didn't have to put no money down, it's gonna happen with me. It may not. Just giving you a heads up. I don't want you to get out there and get false hopes like, dang man, I thought I was finna, you know. So I don't want y'all thinking that. But I did have good credit. That's the main thing I worked on when I had my SFI truck, was fixing my credit and building my credit and all that stuff. So that's how I got to be able to get the truck, how I got it. So, but I also, the downside for me was I don't own a home. They asked that. So if you own a home, that might benefit you. And I was also considered a first-time buyer. This is my first truck that I ever bought, so I was considered a first-time buyer. Some of y'all may have bought trucks before, so y'all might not be considered, you know. So it depends on every situation is different. So definitely check with them and do your due diligence when it comes to that, because every situation is probably going to be different. So, and then they ask for 3 months of bank statements, so keep that in mind. 3 months of bank statements. They asked for 3 months of my business bank statements, and then I guess they seen that I was transferring money to my personal, so then they asked for 3 months of that, and then that's when I got approved. The first place did not ask for my personal bank account, only my business account. So I don't know, but that's really all it breaks down to. I think I covered most of the questions that you guys asked. I'm going over my notes that I got right here. I think that's everything. So if y'all have any more questions as far as like trucks, like truck places, like, hey, hit me up. I can tell you what I know. I mean, Lone Mountain now, I see more videos on Lone Mountain now. So like, if those videos were out when I got mine, I probably would have got a truck from Lone Mountain. Now I'm seeing other people's experience, but that was the main thing why I didn't get it. But I think Lone Mountain is a good place too. They payments are pretty cheap, like $1,600. You just gotta have, like, if the truck down payment is $5,000, you just gotta have double. So you gotta have $10,000 in your account, and then you're able to get a truck. So it's a lot less of a down payment, but they want to make sure you also have money for just in case, you know. So I recommend at least having, like, you trying to buy a truck, have at least like 15-20 grand to be on the safe side, because depending on your situation, how much you had to put down. Luckily, I only had to put down 5 when I got my truck. So, and then I saved myself 6 grand from discounts, so that worked out for me. But I definitely recommend like 15-20 grand. Could you do it for less? Yes, absolutely, but it really depends on the truck that you get and where you get it from, you know. So just do your research. Also, you can check out auctions. They have auctions. Y'all can buy trucks from auctions. That's just the only thing with them auctions, you don't know really how those trucks was taken care of. That's the only like scary side to it. But I mean, hey, if you got a good mechanic or you are a mechanic yourself and you want to take that risk and get it for cheap and fix it yourself, hey, do you. But anyway, y'all, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on my post notifications. If y'all have any questions, all my socials or any way to contact me is always down in the description box. So a lot of people write me asking me that. Every video, they're down in the description box. So if you need to email me anything, do that, hit me up, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.